Have you ever wondered why someone would be accused of witchcraft? Well, let me tell you, it's not always as simple as pointy hats and broomsticks. In fact, during the 15th to 18th centuries in Europe, the mere suspicion of witchcraft could send a shiver down your spine and lead to the most horrifying accusations imaginable. You see, during the early modern period, the line between science and sorcery was blurred at best, and people's lack of understanding about the natural world led to some truly terrifying beliefs. For instance, if something bad happened, like a crop failure or an outbreak of disease, the community would often blame it on a witch's curse. In this video, we will explore the dark history of witchcraft trials in Europe, uncovering the chilling stories behind the infamous witch hunts and shedding light on the sinister forces that shaped these dark chapters of our past. So buckle up and prepare to be transported back in time to an era where fear and superstition ran rampant. But remember, this is just the beginning. As we delve deeper into the subject, you'll realize that the truth is often stranger and more horrifying than fiction. Now let's get started. During the early modern period in Europe, the belief in witchcraft was widespread and deeply ingrained in society. People genuinely believed that witches existed and that they could cause harm through spells, curses, and rituals. The fear of witchcraft was so pervasive that communities would hold public trials to identify and punish those accused of practicing it. One of the most infamous witch trials took place in the small town of Loudun in France in the year 1632. The accused was a woman named Urbaine Grandier, who was a local midwife and herbalist. She became the target of the community's suspicion after a series of unfortunate events, including the death of a young girl who had sought her help for a medical condition. The townspeople believed that Grandier had used witchcraft to cause the girl's death, and they pressured the local priest to investigate. What followed was a series of interrogations and trials that would become known as the Loudun possession trials. During the trials, Grandier was accused of a range of horrifying crimes, including the murder of the young girl, as well as the possession of several other young women in the town. The accused confessed to some of the charges against her, likely under duress, and implicated others in her alleged crimes. However, her confessions were later Despite this, she was found guilty and sentenced to death. On June 18, 1633, Urbaine Grandier was burned at the stake in a public square in Loudun. Her death was witnessed by hundreds of people, including many members of the clergy. The trial and execution of Urbaine Grandier are just one example of the many witch trials that took place in Europe during the early modern period. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time.